Yep. It would help, of course, if I press that. If it would help, if, of course, if I were to unmute my microphone. But hey, guys, I wanted to do something a little bit different today, and well, something that I've been quite excited for has been little Kamen Rider. It's been something of a saving grace for me in terms of having that little bit of superhero excitement to look forward to, and all the constant frustrations I've had with a lot of Marvel and DC, just kind of having a bit of mixed feelings about a lot of that stuff has ultimately had me feeling the need to look elsewhere. And Kamen Rider was just sort of in the right place for me at the right time. In fact, I think it was because I was looking at the Power Rangers role playing game. I wound up being asked, like, I wound up having someone ask me, hey, Ironcaster, is this like anything like Kamen Rider? I said, I don't know. I gotta go check out Kamen Rider, and that kind of lightning in a bottle hit for me just right because I've been hooked ever since. So, lo and behold, we've come to find out that we're gonna be getting this series, Kamen Rider Zeztz, to premiere in the US to get this kind of weird distribution method. I can't say I'm all too upset with it, because at the end of the day, I'm getting what I paid for, which is to say, it's on YouTube. Yeah, there's a little bit of a hoop jumping for it, but again, for what I'm paying for, which is again nothing, who am I to complain? So, let's see. Vince, I screwed up. Thought Kamen Rider Zeztz was tomorrow. Uh, no, it wound up premiering yesterday, which is to say Saturday, at like 10:30 Eastern. And ever since, it's been just on a constant loop on Shout on uh their YouTube channel. It's been just playing nonstop. Like if I look over there, yep, right this minute, right now, Kamen Rider Zeztz premiere simulcast still going. But I am getting a little off track, a little distracted. Episode 1 premiered, which, let's see, we have got to look at the wiki just for some note reference. Case 1, which I guess is going to be the moniker for all these episodes. Uh, Ultimately, Kamen Rider Zeztz is something of a spy. It's something of a spy thing. It's got a bit of a spy motif to it. Let's see, didn't see it. I think that's also because it's also on Shout Studios. In fact, let me pull up the YouTube channel just to show. As you can see, Shout Studios has been playing it, and when I saw yesterday during the live premiere, like 11,000 people had been tuning in simultaneously just to watch it. Kudos to them. There's a passion, there's a fan base that's there, and it's the perfect chance to jump into a new rider. So, our main boy, I think his name is Baka Yoruzu, is at first kind of built up with the marketing to be this this cool, suave, spy. He's this character who's deeply inspired by like James Bond and all those like secret agents types of things, to the point where like he goes by the code name Seven. A not so subtle nod to James Bond, of course, but off the bat, this is had a crazy like action sequence just to start the whole thing up, where he's going in to fight some secret organization to save the girl and be the big hero. And it is just this really cool opening sequence. Like I loved it. Like here he is, like swinging in, he's fighting these guys, shooting a Walther around like he is that Lupin the Third, cool cat. I'm like, okay, I love this. Let's keep seeing where this is going. And he's shooting people, but it's like a non-lethal round, right? So it's like hitting them, boom. But hang on, before I get any further, let me bring in my special guest here, who was also kind to go with me on this journey for tonight. Anyway, we have a wild Ronin who's appeared. Hello, sir.
Yo, what up, man?
Hey, hey. Oh, how's it going?
It's going. Just enjoying this lazy Sunday.
Same, man. So let me ask you. Did you get a chance
Yeah.
to I assume you've gotten a chance to see the Zedez yet?
Yeah, I watched the premiere last night, and I probably watched about another, I want to say 2 times today. But I mean, that streams on a loop, so you sit down and expecting to watch it once, and it just keeps going.
See, which make just honestly kind of brought me back to the '90s to catching stuff on TV. It's on when it's on, and
Yeah.
if you're not there right at the start, it's still going.
Oh yeah, like I kind of like and I hope that what they're going to do with it is that as more episodes get added, they'll add it to the end of that episode, so it's like, hey, you'll get episode 1 and you'll get episode 2, and it'll just keep running like that on a kind of continuous loop, kind of like they do with the some of the other series that they have on that particular channel, where they continuously just let them run, and you kind of catch it when you catch it, and you can have a nice little chat live with the people in there.
Hmm. Oh no, it was really fun just seeing the chat flying last night. People getting all excited.
Oh yeah, like what I think. When did I get in there? I think I got in like I right as he was henching, and there was like 50K people in there, or something like that. It was
So
nuts.
you got me beat there because again, I only saw about the 10,000 or so, well 11,000, and that was because I also had another stream going on at the same time. So it was just kind of like I got priorities and I'll just catch this later. But fortunately, I was able to go catch it like this morning. Even at that, there was
Right.
still like a good 100 plus people watching it like at 9 a.m.
Yeah. Yeah. I was again. I was in there. Uh, Again. I want to say about around 1 or 2 o'clock, and yeah, there was still about another good 4 or 5 thousand people just sitting in there watching it. Which I mean, I was still surprised that many people were still sitting in something like that. But I mean, with this being the brand new one of it, and it it's I'm happy that there's that many people. Like I always knew there was a big group of people that liked that stuff in the West, but to actually see how many people, I'm assuming not just from the West, but anyone with Western YouTube, it being in there watching it was really cool. And I mean, it's a trippy show, man. It is really trippy. Like I was expecting it to be a little weird, but the fact that it played that many mind games with me, I'm like, Hollywood needs to be paying attention. I know that much. They really, really do.
He was just kind of the right type of like heroic character, like Baka is which is a family name. It was that kind of that charismatic, suave type of character that you wanted to see, be the big hero.
Yeah, I mean, I like that. I really like that in my characters. You being more on the anime side, you definitely see that the character, the weak characters being able to get that power and using that power to step up and live their dreams. Which, I again, I'm glad I kind of just sat there and watched it on loop for a little bit, because I was catching stuff each and every time, like kind of what it's more going to be about, some of the motifs that they're going for. The spy thing was really interesting, especially since they're not taking I think they took a little bit from Lupin. I think so, I seen somebody mentioning that they used his gun. I can't remember the gun.
Walther.
That was it. Is it a Walther? Is that what it was? Okay.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It's kind of
Using
easy to tell. It's kind of easy to tell that model from just a glance. It's one of the more iconic weapons of that genre.
Oh yeah, but then just having his entire room kind of decked out in basically 007 stuff, freaking wow, why am I losing the name of the freaking greatest spy movie? um I can't think right now. I'm so lost. And I know the name, but for some reason it's just not coming to me. Um Bond. There we go. Freaking James Bond. Yeah, just using that to kind of get his entire personality. It's interesting. It is very interesting to see.
I did like that. I think it's a bit of an interesting setup they got with this season because he's doing this whole lucid dreaming thing to kind of play up like he's able to control his dreams, which you could see where that can lend itself to this idea of going into other people, where presumably it's going to be him going into other people's dreams to fight monsters.
Uh, yeah, I was reading some of the inspirations that they were taking for that. That is going to be very interesting. It kind of reminds me a little bit of a Persona 5 too, because that seem to have been the from what I can remember from that game, it was the kind of the plot line for what they were doing as well, was going into other people's heads and stuff like that. So I, I'm I'm excited to keep up with this because it's going to be the first Kamen Rider season series that I really want to watch and want to get into. The other ones, not that I haven't. There's not a few other ones that I haven't wanted to. It's just trying to find the time for them. But this one, it's definitely starting new. It seems a little more urgent, or I get a little more urgency to watch it because it is coming out every week, and with nobody else really knowing what's going on, it makes it a little more fun to watch because you get to talk with everybody, and having this streaming thing too, you get to talk with people in the chat and be like, hey, so what's going on? But yeah.
No, you're totally right, and that's what does make it so fun to catch a show as it airs, because you can get that talk around it. What's going on? Where do we think it's going to go? What do I think is going to happen? And which always kind of goes against the whole idea of the people who just love to binge, and it's like you're losing so much there by just binging, because we're gonna watch at different paces. So maybe if I can only watch 2 episodes and you want to watch like 10, we're gonna be on totally different pages here. This is forcing everyone to be at the same pace.
Yeah, and I definitely like the binge models a little bit more because I have such limited time in my days that when I have a chance to sit down, I do like to sit down. And that's where I fall behind, like the new Super Sentai that's been coming out since February, beginning of the year, I
Mhm.
believe it was. I actually fell behind this entire season. Like I fell behind one episode, then one episode turned into two, then three, and I've basically just said that, okay, well, I'm just going to call this season a wash, and when there's 12 episodes out, I'm going to go and just binge those 12 episodes and get caught back up. But at least for me, it is easy to, if you start falling behind on stuff like that, there is a possibility of like, well, maybe I'll go back to it when I get a chance to. And it really sucks because I was really enjoying the new Super Sentai series, and I hate that I have somewhat fallen off of that, and I'm really hoping that I don't fall into that same thing with this, because I mean the suit, I will say, is not fully grown on me yet. Like I always like because I've seen a lot of different Kamen Rider suits, and I love the belt kind of separating the pants and stuff like that, and with it being across his chest, it's kind of just like this one. It's like a big track suit. It almost looks like what is it, Bruce Lee in his yellow banana suit to an
It's like
extent.
it's like he's gonna be the Russian rider.
Yeah,
The odds. But
yeah.
pro-
But I do like what they're doing with it though.
there's a lot of potential they could have with it because we have seen some production photos and some concept art and some stuff that's coming up in future episodes. Like, just to pull one up here, for example, we've got this kind of wing thing he's got going on.
Oh wow,
So,
nice.
much like any other modern rider, we're gonna no doubt see extra forms with this. I mean, in fact, right at the end of it, where you have all the little capsules kind of spinning around, only the one that showed up this episode was highlighted. So, it seems like we're going to be getting in pretty quick time. We're going to get like a new capsule a week probably for a while.
Yeah, I was reading a few things, and like they intentionally kept the suit kind of basic to go back to how the original suits were done, just to kind of play off of them, because they just wanted a more simpler suit. Which I don't know if you were catching it like during the episode, but like anytime like he was powering up or something like that, like his legs would grow bigger and veinier when he was like getting ready for a kick or he was getting ready for a punch.
No, yeah, no, and which I saw like I love the look of that. I'm like, this looks really cool. Where he's kind of putting all this thought in and let lucid dreaming into. I'm gonna make my muscles stronger here. Like I'm gonna control my mind.
Oh yeah, like what was it? It was when he first meets the I'm not sure what the bad guys are called in this yet, but
I think they're just gonna call them nightmares.
are they just going to be called nightmares?
Well, because
Yeah,
that seems like that's the obvious thing they're going to go for because they're letting into quite a bit of English with this one already, and also because they've dropped that numerous times in this episode. I think even with as sort of like the key buzzword to remember.
oh yeah, yeah, definitely. Like Nightmare and what was it? There was something else that they were talking about. Like the episode went so fast for me. Like I didn't even I thought they had cut stuff out from it. Like it almost seemed like it was just like a 15 or 20-minute episode, and I was curious, but I'm pretty sure they are streaming the full episode. Um, but it's I'm very very curious like what the opposition's going to be like. How is that going to play into it? How's it? And I mean his code name being Agent 7. I'm hoping that that's not just a play on 007. Maybe there's because there's going to be other writers, right? There's normally one or two extra that are in these series.
Yeah, I think everything, especially for the last probably 5 or 6 years, for the last better part of a decade at least, they haven't really done a single writer series to my recollection.
Okay. So yeah, so it'll be interesting to see. Like maybe he's not the final writer, and we'll see writer one through six, and up to there. I know. After I'd watched this a couple times, I went and I'd been wanting to check out Gets, and I had started Gets and got through the first three episodes of that, and I kind of really liked where that was going too. So I'll probably be watching that in tandem with this. Like, okay, when the new episode premieres, I'm going to go watch a couple episodes of Gets and see how that goes as well.
And you've got a good one there because I think the head writer for this is Yuya Takahashi, who did work on Geats and he worked on Gaim. He's one of the regular writers that's been kind of in the rotation.
Okay, so kind of like that Stephen Moffat type from Doctor Who. They He just does a really good job with the series, so they just keep bringing him back.
Here we go. Here's the guy.
Okay.
Not only that, as they're kind of saying here, he also did X-Aid. He did 01, Geats, Outsiders. I'm not even sure what Outsiders was.
Huh.
Anthology crossover series. Something I got to look into, I guess. But yeah, no, this guy has. I watched X-Aid. I really enjoyed X-Aid. 01 is a really solid series, even though it has some issues with having been filming right when COVID hit.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they were like, I think they were like 20, 30 episodes in, and then the virus of unknown origin.
Yeah. I will say the suit reminds me too of like did you ever watch I think it was called Kamen Rider Amazons, the Amazon based series that was really gory.
I think I started watching it at one point, but no, I didn't get far enough really with it.
I got you. Yeah, it was that was another like kind of really good series too that I didn't finish. Got pretty far into it. Definitely want to go back at some point and watch it. But the suit, like that suit is kind of similar to the one that they're using in Zeztz. Also, what are some of the others that I've watched? I think is it not? It's not Black or Sun Zero Sun or something. I think
there was Black RX, Black Sun.
Black Sun, that's what it was that I was also watching on there. Like there's a lot of these Kamen Rider series that I've started and for one reason or another I haven't finished them.
Real quick, Kamen Nerds, buddy, thank you for the reshare, for sharing the stream out. Appreciate it, and hopefully I can get your thoughts on this. Mr. Carlos Fish has no idea what's going on. Sir, we were kind of going live, talking a little bit about the new Kamen Rider series, which is playing over on Shout Studios on YouTube, which is a bit of a new change for this franchise because it's now getting basically a simulcast. Let's see. I just know check if it's my VPN that causes show dash. Yep, that could be an issue. So kind of check your settings. Maybe try changing regions. You might find it. Of course, if not, there's always the other illicit ways to do it.
Yeah. I know. I was just I've talked about this for a while since it started getting more into the Toku stuff. I mean, with the MMPR series being retired from the West, there's not really a show like this that people have access to, which left a lot of fans out here in the cold. So
about the only thing that is still coming out is Ultraman, which only just started like maybe about a year and a half ago or so, and that's doing a very similar thing to this, as it's getting all dropped like straight on YouTube like same day.
Oh, is it? I didn't realize they were doing that with Ultraman.
In fact, they were even making use of a feature I didn't even know YouTube had. With some of the series, have the ability to have multiple language options, so you could go into the YouTube video and just change the language. So if you want to listen to it with an English dub, you could.
Really?
Yeah, that's like it was like it. I was like, I did not know YouTube could even do this, but sure enough.
Yeah, man, it's it's getting out there to where we'll be able to watch everything with our favorite. Like, oh, you want to dream that this guy would actually voice this character? Okay, you will probably be able to do that at some point.
I mean, we laugh, but eventually everyone's gonna just get turned into Danny DeVito.
Yeah.
Hey there, I'm Kamen Rider. How you doing?
That'd be great.
But just to kind of pull up a couple of designs here, what what did you think about our first monster this week? The Gun Nightmare, as he's been
Dude,
called.
dude, I really liked it, and especially it's like again, just not knowing much about the whole Kamen Rider franchise. Like the fact that they are using a gun as their first kind of villain is really interesting for Japan because I mean, guns being banned in Japan and being able to use this as a character is really interesting. I think it sets a tone for where the series could go, like how either serious they're going to take it or how maybe misleading they could be. But yeah, a gun. He was pretty good. I wish there would have been a little bit more build up to him, like a little more of that, that tokusatsu flair, maybe taunting our writer or doing a little bit more. But it was more like he was just kind of there. He was a badass, and they fought, and it was over.
It was a good design. I thought.
Yeah.
And the thing is, because so much was kind of done in dark, you didn't get a good look at it. Like I didn't know until looking at this here that he had these bright green splashes over his legs.
Oh yeah, almost like a paintball and stuff like
Mhm.
that. Yeah. Also, if you catch like before he goes into the Commander Zero area, like when he's running through, I guess the school or the hospital, the if you don't maybe slow it down a little bit, the gun nightmare is actually in every single one of those rooms that they're showing. Like they have that one that or those few scenes where he's running and it looks like he's there's a window outside and then there's the room and stuff. And well, the gun nightmare is actually like standing there, pretty much chasing him the entire time.
I think the design works because it's also kind of got this almost kind of like BDSM aesthetic to it that it's kind of kept popping up in the back of my head with the way like he's got like sort of the two bandoliers of bullets, and you look at the mask here, which is kind of based on a revolver, and the way it kind of wraps around the head, it just kind of makes me think of like almost like gimp suit gun monster.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. Like the just, yeah. I mean, I don't have anything to add to that. BDSM gun monster.
But I mean, you are right because there is something interesting about how they lead into this stuff. Like I've watched some of like the Mirai Time Rangers where they should have like bombers who are going around trying to blow people up. Which you come over to the U.S. and there's so many of these parental advisory groups and all protect the children that you cannot get monsters like this.
Yeah, yeah. Like, heck, I have been catching a few of the actual Super Sentai that was used for uh, Power Rangers, and it it floors me at some of the monsters that we didn't get. Some of the ones that would definitely be a little bit more controversial. Like, I mean, I think it was one of the Car Ranger episodes that I was watching, and there was like a monster cat, which wasn't crazy, but the monster cat would actually kidnap children and eat them, and they showed it. And he would throw the children in cages, just waiting for his next meal. So I was like, okay, maybe I need to check this stuff a little more of this stuff out.
No, absolutely, because the thing is, Power Rangers was basically aimed at like 5 to 10 year olds, whereas the
Yeah.
Sentai in a lot of cases winds up being like aimed at like kind of a 7 to 15.
Yeah, their age ranges are very weird, especially like just going based off of like genres of manga. It's like you have this children, which is like 6 to 10, like you said, but then it's like their next one goes from like 14 to 24, which is a insane leap in in a demographic. I think I would have thought that it would have been. I would think those demographics would be a lot lower, but it's not the way they do things.
It's such a different tone and style of doing things that just yeah, I found myself just getting drawn to because it isn't dumbing things down to the lowest common denominator. I mean, this is Baka here is a bit of a complex character because he's simultaneously this you know we have this dream version of him that's like the super cool sophisticated one, but then when he wakes up it's the king of bad luck who got hit by lightning as a kid and cannot keep a job.
Yeah, like you root for him. You root for him to do good because it's like we all at some point have had that. We want to change the world. We want to do better. We have this kind of internal version of ourselves that is the version we would like to be, but either you basically just can't get to that because of real world limitations.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why, again, the fact that they're using the dream worlds as what I'm going to assume is going to be their main area of like fighting people. It's real nice. It is real nice to see that. And I mean, even in this first episode, you see him when he starts to take control of like, this is my dream and I'll do what I want.
For real.
Yeah.
And plus there is something super relatable in that because things don't quite go your way and you might maybe have this little realm of escapism you go into, which is what he's doing. Like he's a guy who's had all this bad luck, and so he escaped into this little world of all these super spy stories, and he's able to play that out in his dreams where he gets to be the one to have the big flashy victory at the end.
Yeah, and like just being able to do what he wants, like having that like little bit of lucid dreaming thing at the very beginning where it's like, oh, I can control my dreams. When you see how he gets to use that in a fight, and that's another thing that I'm so excited to see is like, how is he going to do that? And we got to see a little bit of that in the fight, like him taking the ground and doing a Looney Tunes thing of pulling the rug out from up under the gun nightmare, or like the gun nightmare's got him chained up and he's like, no, flips it back around on him and just throws him through like freaking multiple layers of the dream world. It looked like, so it's going to be so interesting to see how he uses that. And then so it almost seems like it's going to be. I don't know how familiar you are with Jujutsu Kaisen.
Oh, I've caught both seasons.
Okay, so then you would understand the domain expansions and how they work. So I think that might be how they could go about that when he finally gets to his opposition. The main bad or a bad guy that he's going to fight that is either on his level or better, and is just going to best him. Is that it's going to be whoever whose dream power is the strongest.
And of course, it didn't take any time at all before fans came up with the ultimate battle that they want to see him square off against.
Freddy Krueger. Yeah. I was going to use a Dream Warriors reference, but I was like, nah, let's go a little bit more new school with it.
Then also, let me zoom out here. Apparently, if I scroll down here, there's this other one little piece AJ Nonka put in at the bottom there. Freddy Krueger.
Kruger-san. Oh man. Now I will say, like, I do like the guy that's playing the new Kamen Rider. Like he kind of won me over at the very end of the episode where he's got the belt on him under his robe and he just kind of opens it up and he does that like just real girly scream of and then he does it twice. I was like, okay, I'm sold. This has the action, it has the comedy, it has it just kind of has a lot of stuff that you could enjoy, like just sitting back on a Saturday night, maybe throw a beer back or eat dinner too. But yeah.
I'm so here for this, and I'm I'm very happy with it so far. This hasn't had some of the issues that like the last couple seasons sort of did. Like, I don't know if you happen to watch either one of the last two seasons.
I I got a little bit into Gav. I wanted to watch a little bit more of that because I was really impressed with the stunt choreography, which I I I want to see more of this to see how more close to Gav they can get, because Gav's stunt choreography just blew me away, and that was in the first episode. And with how bulky the suits were, and they're doing all these really crazy stunts in almost like a shipping yard type thing
Yep,
around
where
these things.
they would take advantage of just the location, the locale, the way those were laid out to kind of avoid getting hit.
Yeah,
That was some great stuff right off the bat.
it reminded me so much of like old Jackie Chan movies, Rumble in the Bronx and stuff like that. And I was like, man, I want to watch more of this. But again, it's another one of those shows that I kind of fell off of and just have never gotten back to. But I would love to see some more of like just a super cut of all the fight scenes from Gav, because I know there's got to be more that like I feel when you're a stunt choreographer, you're always wanting to outdo your last big stunts.
It's all about that attention, and Gav, to his credit, had some worthwhile stuff in there. I There was about a good 10 to 15 episodes where I sort of fell off of both it and this current Sentai series. But I've been trying to kind of catch back up with it myself. It got a little difficult with the spring, just to keep on top of it. But
Oh yeah.
I caught the end of Gav. Uh, the third rider that they introduced was one of the best third riders because he showed up and he was able to take both the primary and the secondary on like at the same time, and with the power of pudding, no less.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that was the one thing about Gav that just I didn't really vibe with, because it was just like, oh, candy, and it was just like constantly throw candy at this guy for him to heal himself or to do stuff like that. And I don't know, it got, I forget how far I got into it, but it did get like, I think there was one episode where it was just like he was getting his ever loving the crap kicked out of him, and he just ate like a bag full of candy and was okay.
See, that I was more okay with for kind of keep it on because it was like he's like half human. I was like, okay, I was kind of riding with it a little easier than I did with the series before it, Gotchard,
Okay.
which had this alchemy theme to it, and like basically, collecting trading cards to, as the gimmick for the show, and it didn't work for me nearly as well as Gotchard with the gummies, and which I mean, Gotchard or Gav had that whole body horror aspect of people getting turned into monsters and the monsters capturing humans to turn into a literal drug. Like, I'm like, okay, that's kind of dark. I like where that was going.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, there was some good stuff that I wanted to keep up with Gav on, but I after I just kind of fell off of it, and then just the anime season coming up, and then having just such limited time to watch stuff, it's like, it's hard to find a place to watch it at. I don't want to sit down at my computer and watch it. I kind of want to just lay in my bed and watch anime. So that won out most times.
Let's see. Gav's ultimate enemy would have been Dent Man. Yes. Ronan, do you know about Dent Man?
No, what is Dent Man?
Okay. Dent Man is a guy is like another kind of is another tokusatsu esque hero who goes around Japan. Only for him, it's as I pull this up, it's like it's not from a show.
Uh-oh. Bro, you froze there for a minute.
Oh, am I good now?
Yeah, now you are.
Okay. Yeah, it's just basically this guy who has this like dental, like tooth themed superhero suit.
I like it.
And
I like
everything
it.
he does is just telling people to remember to brush their teeth, floss.
Yeah, the Crest TV show and Cavity Creeps and stuff like that.
Timmy the Tooth.
Oh yeah.
Look at this.
Now, did he do all this himself?
I can only imagine like this had to be a guy who's just like super into tokusatsu and is probably also a dad
Oh,
and wanted
definitely.
to go out and make a also my favorite part is the fact that he follows me.
Nice. Nice. Nah, I like that. That's when I started kind of getting back into Toku stuff, I was talking to a guy that I'd paid to do to create some art for my channel, and he really big into this stuff, and his love for Tokusatsu kind of rekindled my like for it, and so I've been slowly trying to reacclimate to what it is, and I just I get so impressed anytime I see behind the scenes stuff, how much care gets taken, how much love there is for just the tokusatsu genre of that is over in Japan, and it blows my mind, and it always, like, I always ask, like, why does the Power Rangers series over here not, like, why can't they get it? Like, why don't we have the same love over here? And I think the fans do, but the people who produce the shows do not. And in all honesty, when I look at it like that, I am surprised that it lasted as long as it did.
The big unfortunate thing is just the footprint Power Rangers has had in the States, to the point that it becomes the thing everything else that's like the tokusatsu gets compared to. They say, oh, is that like Power Rangers? Or I was explaining this some of these shows to a coworker who said, that's just like that Power Rangers my kids used to watch, and that's all he ever sees. It's like there was no convincing him otherwise.
Yeah. Hell, I just which, I'm sorry, is it okay to cuss on here? I didn't even ask.
Have at it.
Not a Okay, cool. Um yeah, I was actually just did a stream yesterday talking about Geekdom 101. I don't know if you know who that is on Twitter, or who I think they have a YouTube channel. They come across my feed every now and again. They're big Dragon Ball pusher and stuff like that. They love it. All good stuff. But no, like, somebody had replied to him saying that uh, the US made Dragon Ball popular. And yeah, like, you're having the same reaction that I had and everybody else had about this guy, and he didn't just double down, he tripled down, quadrupled down on it, and was even saying that, oh, if it doesn't catch popularity in the US, then it's just not going to be it's not going to be popular worldwide. And it is an insane statement to make, but to just not really think about it. But it does make sense if you're not, if you don't go outside your own bubble, right? Like, you're gonna think that, oh, well, I never heard about it until it got here. Well, yes, if you're not looking for anything outside of the confines of the US, you're not going to know the popularity of what it is. I mean, Kamen Rider being a prime example, that it has been so big in so many other countries before we ever got it. And the fact is we still don't really get it on a network in the US. I think the closest thing we had was RX back in the day when it did a crossover with Power Rangers, and people just didn't catch on to that retelling of it. But there's so many iterations of it throughout the world. Like I think a good version of it would be the Philippines, because apparently the Philippines will English dub most Kamen Rider series that they get. Because I didn't even know this. In the Philippines, they speak primarily English.
Do they now?
From the surface level research I was doing, because I was looking for some easy to watch Kamen Rider series that might have had an English dub to them, like maybe Funimation or someone had gotten a hold of it and had dubbed it. Well, I think it was Funimation who did dub it, but it was for the Philippines airing of it.
And it's just that kind of mindset is frustrating, because some of the
is.
stuff does get big outside of not just the US. Like, go down to Mexico and Central America and try to tell them that they only like it because it got big in the US. It's like,
yeah,
bitch, the cartel in Mexico had a ceasefire for a day because Akira Toriyama died. They put up giant murals of Goku outside of like taco stands. Like, don't tell me it's because of America. It's like, no. So much of that happened because it was just cheap to get this stuff licensed around. Lupin the Third is big in Italy, for example. That's why so much of it goes Italian.
Dude, we literally there was a story that I think I either did it or I just happened to read it, and it was either a month or two ago. The U.S. just finally surpassed France in manga sales just recently.
I believe that. No, real quick, before I forget, since Vince brought this up, Gav's ultimate enemy would have been Dentman. Yes. This was, I had to do a little digging, but this was from like when they announced our gummy hero in Kamen Rider Gav, just Candy Hero. And then we got fan art.
It would have been so awesome if they would have reached out and been like, "Hey, come do a guest star appearance."
Oh, he would have had a total badass. He shows up like with that toothbrush, just swiping through him, cleaning away all the gummy.
Yeah, like it, but not like as a villain, right? Just kind of as like one of those one-off episodes where it's like we're going to be funny, and by the end of it, they're going to be cool with each other.
I mean, they've done it with like the Metal Heroes, or what was the blue and red android guy? I can never remember his name.
Oh, Kikaider?
Yes, I know Kikaider has showed up in some of the Kamen Rider series. Like, I think he showed up in Wizard, which, bringing it back to this, bringing back to Zeztz, was another series where they did just that, where the rider would go into people's dreams to like save them from inner demons.
Okay.
That was my first Rider series I watched, and so I have a little penchant for the guy, and it's kind of easy to pick him up and go with him because he looks so freaking cool with his long ass trench coat.
Oh yeah, like I don't know what it is about trench coats, but they just work. I mean, look at the entire Matrix franchise. I gotta ask, what do you think of his final rider kick being Lucky Sevens or like a slot machine type thing? I think I need to see a little bit more of it myself. It seemed a little weird to me, but I think I'm also comparing to the amazing final attacks from the newest Sentai series, that it's just like those blow me away that those are live action, and this one just seemed a little underwhelming.
The final kick was a bit of a letdown. I do think it's interesting the way they're playing with luck as part of the idea. He's a really unlucky guy, but here he is in his dreams getting that jackpot kick. And also, yes, that final kick here wasn't as great as some of the other ones where he wasn't exactly flying through the air to do it, but there was so much of the other action in this first episode that kind of made up for it. Like I still think for myself, my favorite moment of this was the initial dream sequence at the very start of the episode.
Oh yeah, that was insane.
The credits.
Yeah, that was absolutely nuts. For me personally, I think the highlight for the show was him being chased through the hospital after he kind of gets woke up initially, and it was. Now I've never seen is it in Invictus, whatever that dream movie was. Shoot, I can't remember. Inception. Yeah, but I've seen some scenes from it that are like mind blowing, and that whole just kind of chase, just every cut, he was somewhere different. He was doing something different. It was like you didn't have a real moment to breathe during that, which I think worked with how panicked he was.
I'm looking forward to seeing what more they could do with this because
Oh yeah.
now he isn't having to figure this all out on the fly. There's this possibility that he can now get really creative with it going forward. He knows he's got this power. Presumably, he's going to be able to bring this into the real world. So maybe his luck is actually going to make a turn for the better in it.
Oh yeah, like the fact that it is dreaming, the fact that he is going to have like those different balls that he's going to be able to put in his chest to change them. Maybe we get like different versions of the kick for each transformation.
No, sorry, you're right. Sorry, I just had someone asking me real
Oh,
quick
you're good.
about Shin Kamen Rider.
Shin, ah, so good, so good. I actually went to see that in theaters. That was fun.
Same.
That and Shin Ultraman, I loved watching Shin Ultraman in theaters because they did like a whole little history of Ultraman before the movie started, and it made the movie so much more meaningful to watch.
Sorry, just wanted to give him a little response. So, uh, I only got a chance to see Shin Kamen Rider in theaters because that was the one I was like, yeah, I will move heaven and earth if I have to see this in theaters.
Nice. Yeah, I really kind of hope he does a follow up to it.
I would love to see a follow up to it, but I I think for just good measure, it's like it was a good enough little capsule to kind of hold itself together. I enjoyed it for what it was. The third fight I feel like kind of dragged a little bit because I thought the Queen Bee fight was sort of the peak of that one with the way they kind of went that sort of low budget attempt to try and make it look cool.
Oh yeah, yeah. That was a it was just a really nice movie overall, and the fact that oh my god, Hideki Anno is such a big fan of Tokusatsu. It's great. Like I've been so happy to get introduced to this and to see stuff because it's helping me see stuff more in the animes that I watch too. Oh, there was a recent show. There's a show this season that did kind of an Ultraman thing during it, like when he grows and you kind of do like the three different things. I'm trying to remember which show it was
Did
that I was watching.
did you happen to watch Chain Soldier or
Chain
Chain?
Soldier.
The anime was like Chain Slave or something. It was the one where the guy like gets kisses like the foot of the girl, and then he gets turned into a monster.
Uh, I did. I kind of dropped it after two episodes because I was oh, it's just a fetish show. I'm good.
Okay, so in it, one of the girls who has the size change power,
Yeah.
she's doing Ultraman. She's doing Ultraman poses and Kamen Rider kicks as she fights. Like I would say,
I'm
go back and check it out. Just if nothing else, just go try to see if you can't find a clip of it on YouTube because
yeah.
she's full on doing Ultraman poses as she's changing size.
Yeah, that should be. I think they introduced her in episode 2, and that's where I kind of really dropped it because that was very like that. That just seemed very heavy with all the fetishes that they were trying to do.
Vince, you got to go see Shin Kamen Rider, man. It was so worth it.
Anything starting with Shin is worth watching. Shin Godzilla, Shin Kamen Rider, Shin Ultraman.
Shin Chan.
Yes, yes. I mean, Shin Chan's a Kamen Rider fan. You know he is.
Well, let's get it right. Action. He's got his bastard beam.
Freaking YouTube or the stream had to mute you. You couldn't say action bastard. You froze. But yes.
Oh.
But yes, the bastard beam. It was great. And plus, like I don't know which era of Kamen Rider they were playing off of because I don't think it was the original that they were doing his suit off of. I think the bike. That's the other thing that I'm kind of excited to see is like the bike looks very vintage, very old school. And we're going to get to see that next week. So I'm happy about that.
That, and you also see there in some of the promotional photos too. We've also seen like another kind of a robot ally who's presumed.
Uh-oh. The caster is frozen. Oh no. Well, guys, I don't know what to do. I have no control. Maybe we just we talk until Ironcaster gets back. So what's up? What y'all think about the show? Oh, I may have control now. I don't know. But what y'all think about the show? I know I was excited about it. Like I don't think I've ever had again, I've not watched any Kamen Rider all the way through, but out of the ones that I've seen, I don't think I've had anyone really truly disappoint me. It's just I lose interest in them. But all of them have been really fun to watch. Again, like Gav is one that I started like after I watched this one, and it's got a really interesting concept of like multiple people becoming writers. I think they had like up to 10, and then they kind of play this game, this kind of death game to where the winner gets to remake the world. And that was super freaking interesting to me. Like I love those kind of stories. First got kind of introduced to those with Future Diary. And I've kind of just started paying more attention to stories like that. And they are so fun to watch. Like I love the how people betray each other, alliances get formed, and just all of that. But I also like that it plays kind of like a multiplayer game too, to where they kill low level enemies and they get power ups. Really fun. Vince, you said Kamen Rider 01. Okay. See, I may know a little bit. I may have seen a little bit of 01. I want to say that I've seen 01. Let me look that up real quick. Because, like I said, I've started a lot. Nope, I've not seen 01. That's the kind of the yellow green suit. Nah, I haven't seen any of that one. But yeah, Gitz is really fun. Like I like the character too. I'm not sure who the main character is because I thought the Fox guy was going to be the main character, but he's not. I guess it's kind of interesting to see that the other guy, the one that's wanting to save the world or have world peace, is more the main character. So I'm very curious where the Fox is going to come in, because I mean he's the one that's on all the the front facing stuff. So I don't know. Maybe he loses the Kamen Rider power. Oh, you get more Ultraman stuff. Understandable. I mean, hey, that kind of goes back to what I was talking about earlier about, that guy on X saying that, oh, if it doesn't hit the US, it doesn't get popular. I'm still I'm still floored about that. Like, it's hard to find words to say, and I mean, it's insane. It is absolutely insane because I mean, the show Kamen Rider, Ultraman, kind of any of this tokusatsu stuff has been massively popular way before it ever hit the US shores. And then I think I said something on my X like the US doesn't really make things popular. We just adopt. And I mean, I can't deny how big of a market the US